This should be the first of 3 move-on rituals, tonight, tomorrow night, and Wednesday night, because it's my weekend from work. So I'm going to do the big equinox thing, and I have 3 boxes. The first box will be the Witch's Moon box. I have written out what I'm going to rewrite out as my intention, but first I want to set the space. I think there'll be more light here in a minute too. Alright. Little smudge. Little smudge. There we go. There we go. Invite the earth. Invite fire. Invite water. And I invite air into my circle of trust and divinity. Come on, one more. I'm being stubborn. I'm being super stubborn. Come on. I don't want that burning the whole time. That's why I'm trying to push this out. We're almost there. Okay. No, not okay. I have, by the way, a shell I'm using to try and put out that last spark. And it's being super, super stubborn. Come on. I'm trying to deprive it of oxygen. That worked. That worked. There'll be plenty of candles along the way, but first we're going to light one from a previous box to finish him off. And the spell that goes with that one is: from the bounty I have sown, to the bounty I reap. I call upon my protectors in waking day and through sleep. I wish no harm to others. I wish no ill will. Rather, I cast my intention upon this home I have built, to cast away thieves and forbid all that does not bring peace. For in this sacred center, the witch's guardians may creep. From the bounty I have sown, to the bounty I reap. I call upon my protectors so that they may be seen. So mote it be. That is a little bit more light there. And I know there's another candle to come. There's a couple candles to come. But first I want to write my intentions. I do have wine. It is one of my relaxers. My tray was cleaned earlier with Mabone salt and wiped fresh from the last ritual. I feel like we need, we're doing okay. So I'm going to write out my intention from the spell that I found in the group that I'm in. So I'm going to take a minute. I think I have enough light to do this. This being my lifetime goal, may my body become the true embodiment of my soul. This is my affirmation. This will be my greatest manifestation. As above, so below. to my, I just realized I started this totally backwards. So we'll fix it in the end. Self, I now surrender control. As without, so within. Love will be my eternal mantra, my constant hymn. As the universe, so the soul, my heartbeat will match the beat of the universe. So how it's actually supposed to read is, as above, so below, to my higher self I now surrender control. As without, so within, love will be my eternal mantra, my constant hymn. As the universe, so the soul, my heartbeat will match the beat of the universe, this being my lifetime goal. May my body become the true embodiment of my soul. This is my affirmation. This will be my greatest manifestation. This speaks to me because I am on a quest to get deeper in touch with my intuition and my divine self. So that will be my intention for this whole box. I intend to burn it later at the end. I'm saving this for the next 2 nights because we're going to do that again for each box. And I have a little, pardon me, a little toolbox I developed today. I'll put that away for tomorrow. Now we're going to pick up the parchment from the Harvest Moon box, totally upside down and backwards. I've already started the incense, which is I'm gonna light another candle in a minute, I promise. What happened to the Good thing I'm the only one watching these, because this is going to be incredibly boring right now to other people. The anointing oil, the sacred salt, the stone, warmth of seasons incense sticks. So this is to bring warmth and comfort during times of meditation and shadow work. I don't know that I consider my divine self my dark self, but it's definitely my hidden self, so we can consider it the shadow self in those terms. It's hidden, needs to come out, needs to feel safe to come out. I'm working on it. So the incense is already lit. You can't see the smoke from it, but here it is. And it's in my ingenious candle holder. See? Just an old candle that I stick a hole in with my, I tripped up on that word last time too. I'm not gonna worry about it. So I'm gonna bring out the Green Man candle holder, and I'm going to go get a tea light to put in him, because I definitely want more light. So I will be, I just want to use that. You know what? I will use their spell candle. So this is the Green Man candle holder they sent. Is that his face? That's his face. Reminds us to be in touch with nature and the cycles of nature. Some convenient little glass cup. And it fits. It actually does. I remember this down. It does fit perfectly with the spell candle for this box. The spell candle, I know, comes with its own little parchment. Silent reflection spell candle. I'm not going to read that paragraph, I'm going to go find, well, maybe I'm going to read that paragraph. One of the other things I did was put your garbage can nearby. For garbage. Alright. I'm not comfortable burning this down with paper around it, so I am taking off its label. And I guess we'll read a little bit of that paragraph, because I don't see. I pulled it out already. I don't think I did. I don't think I did. I do know that. Alright. So, we're actually going to anoint it. Cleared state of consciousness while working to delve into the darkest side of your character and preconceived judgments of the world around you. Again, hidden intuition and divine spirit. I don't think there's anything to read with it. I'm going to allow myself to naturally drift into the recent months, planning upon specific decisions that led to today. May not be a lot of talking going on. And they have anointed it with the oils of clove, cedarwood, and shadow work. I'm further going to put on the Green Man Magical Anointing Oil with the intention of producing positive change upon the wearer. So we're going to bring some positive change to the candle and to myself. A little bit on me. Which means I probably should have some salt water ready to go from last box too. So it's not sterilizing, but you can think of it that way. It's cleansing the energy of my hands to handle the rest of the ritual and to not taint the oil with what else might have been on my hands, which was actually just the tea. I just had the tea just before I started. Okay. Not too much. Just enough. Because I actually don't normally burn the candles all the way down. I wait until I'm done and then save them for next time. Which is why I have one from last time. Ooh, that smells nice. And I'm really looking forward to getting to the crystals that are in there too. That smells really nice. What did they say was in there? Once I have my light, this will be better. Cedar, clove, willow bark, oak bark, cedar wood, Marian quartz, and their special mixture of transformation magical oil. I'm telling you, it smells amazing. So I'm gonna light it from the other candle. Probably should trim that a little bit. It's got a little piece sticking up for me. I definitely need the scissors. Come on. I want this ritual to take all night. Let's moderate it better. Let's moderate it better. Not really. Oops, that made it worse. Whatever, I like the candle, Melissa. Alright. Come on. Come on. I've made some really good decisions over the past few months. I went on vacation and found my balance again. I'm maintaining the vacation attitude on my days off and my balance. Even on my days on, I've been reading, and I don't work overtime more than 2 days a week, so at least 2 days a week I have time to read on my deck and relax before I go to work. Getting back in touch with my favorite side of reading, which sets my imagination flying. Okay. So, exploring the rest of the box, we have the stone, which is honey calcite, a very grounded stone. And honey calcite brings an abundance of benefits to one's rituals and meditation. So again, I'm going to use it to open my psychic eye during this reflective time of year. I work as if one with my purpose, carving and creating the energy that paves the path before me, unbothered and undistracted. I work as if one with my purpose, carving and creating the energy that paves the path before me, unbothered and undistracted. I work as if one with my purpose, carving and creating the energy that paves the path before me, unbothered and undistracted. It's really a beautiful stone. Sit with me for a minute. This sigil. Now, they suggest drawing it. All right, I'll give it my best shot. That was on the last page. Transformation sigil has been created for the very intention of promoting a transformative lifestyle. As you meditate or recreate, allow the unconscious guidance of its energy to knowingly push you towards change. And since I am all about change, my toolbox, I'm going to grab a black marker. Thank you. And my sheet. Enough light to cheat? Almost. No. Okay, I don't draw, but I'll give it a shot here. That right there being changed, then I'm going to give it a shot, huh? A little stick figure, a couple of dots, trailing tail. I don't know where to start with the rest. Line. Oh, it's under there. Clean the tray. Okay. Line. 3 dots. And then a line across. That should connect. And a line that meets that line across. And a line down. And up past that. Oops. Too close, abort. Little tail. Little E. Little arrow. Oh, there's another line over there. What am I doing? Let's see. Where's that? Over here? It should be this way. That goes up past that. Straight across. Straight back. Alright, not straight. Alright, did my best. That's all we can do is our best. Like a snaky thingy there. There. A couple of fangs. Maybe? Not really. A little thicker there. A little thicker there. I should have a little loop. close, actually. Some dots that are bigger than others. I might have to draw more often. Tail, they kind of look like carrots, actually. I'm sure that's not what they are. What am I missing? No, I'm missing this. Little sideways fingers, eggplant, something. Not bigger. It's kind of fun. Sorry, boring for anybody watching. It's only for me anyway. And little, maybe a little yin, half yin yang. Okay, folks, I'm telling you, that's change right there. It doesn't look exact, but it's not horrible. Very proud of myself. That's a keeper. All right. What do we have next? We have the this lovely little nature thing is to put candle snuffer. Very excited. Again, to remind us of the cycles of nature. Very nice piece. Some time for wine. What else do we have in here? Should we just go in order now? With the oil. I have the incense going with my honey, calcite, my sigil. I think the rest are just informational kind of things. A little bit more about the Green Man. It's truly necessary to practice the rituals relating to each step of the nature wheel. Must always look within ourselves, relating our experiences with the natural earth that surrounds us. Okay, folks, I am surrounded by ocean. My favorite thing in the world. I am surrounded by the nature, and I appreciate it every day. I truly do. You can ask my Instagram people. I'm spamming them with ocean pictures. So, the branch candle snuffer we talked about, and the Oak King Book of Shadows artwork. Now, what I've been doing, I will tell you, is since I'm working on my Book of Shadows being in my electronic form, I have been, Oak Kings first, taking pictures of the things that I want to keep in reference, because if I truly were to keep everything they sent to me, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit of a hoarder. So one of those things I'm trying to change is to not hoard, because then I don't actually go back and look at the things that I keep until I go back and look at them and go, oh, I can't get rid of that. But I haven't touched it in a year. I truly could. I have hoarding tendencies. So part of my lesson for myself is I've been taking pictures of these things and then thanking them and sending them back to the earth. So the Oak King is personification of the waxing year, a time of renewal and regrowth. It is the spirit of the sun who represents the return of life and the victory over the somber winter. Inspires us to live fully and enjoy the gifts, great and small. All right. Again, I appreciate my gift of the ocean every day. And the Holly King, beautiful piece of artwork. Truly appreciate the intention and art and time and energy that has gone into it. I really do. And I will take separate pictures of these. The Holly King personification of the waning year. As a divine spirit of transformation, he represents the natural cycles of change in the forms of darkness, death, and decay. Darkness, death, and decay isn't a negative thing. It's a re-energizing thing. You can't have light without dark. You can't have life without death. The period of the darkness is the time that you build up the energy and the small baby steps you need to change until there's growth in the spring. He acts as a tutelary guide through the shadowed lands of our own fears and despair. So I hope that he's guiding me back to my spiritual self and intuitive self and bringing him out me. Ooh, nice. I have some masculine energy. I'm not gonna lie. Bring it out to the light in the spring. Sooner than that would be good. All right. What else am I going to put my hands on? I have the herbs that I'm probably going to save to use some other time, but they are orange peel for divination and red clover for deeper wisdom and pain relieving attributes. So I actually might be adding some red clover to my next cup of tea. I did already have the tea earlier today, the Harvest Sunset Herbal Tea with the muslin bag. I've never actually used a muslin bag. It was quite the experience, but steeped my tea for 10 minutes as you're supposed to in the muslin bag. And it was actually so strong that I got almost all the way down, added some more hot water, and had a second cup of tea. But it was delightful. Inspired by the Sabbath of Mabon and the coinciding equinox. Reflective blend of herbs, which is kind of why I took it earlier, so I'd be ready for a ritual right now. Thanksgiving and gratitude. I hope the theme tonight has been gratitude. Maybe not. Maybe that's not coming across. I'm doing my best. Countless blessings that have been gifted upon us during the past months. Some of my countless blessings are my husband, who supports my craft. He's asleep when I do it. That's helpful. But I don't think he'd mind it if he was awake. We just have opposite schedules. My two beautiful children, one of whom is supportive of craft and also insists in crystals and intuition herself, the empath. And the other, who is a healer as well. She's an ICU nurse. I have raised beautiful, self-adjusted, self-reliant, independent, smart, beautiful children. Well-adjusted. That's the biggest word I'm looking for. Because they have me as a mom, and that was a challenge. But they are spectacular people. I count the blessings of this home that I live in on the coast. We've created a little haven for ourselves, and can't say enough how much I appreciate the decision we made to move here. I have the blessings of a full-time job that I adore and that supports me well. And I have the blessing of my husband also having a job that he may not adore it, but it supports us well, and it's right up his alley of mentoring and coaching people. And I am blessed that he got a coaching job. It will take us even further away from each other than less time, but we'll make it work. We always do. Okay, I'm not gonna go through a huge litany, but those are the blessings that I'm grateful for right now, and that I'm generally always grateful for. What else is going to touch my hand? So again, I'm going to save those for some other time. I don't want to put them in that cauldron because I'm going to burn the parchment in that cauldron, hopefully without burning said house down. I'll just put them in the lid. This is the oracle reading. So the oracle reading that came to me this month, that's meant for me, is yin yang. Funny, I just mentioned my masculine energy, huh? Yeah, see how that works? Sit quietly and close your eyes. Breathe slowly and deeply. In your mind's eye, imagine a yin-yang symbol representing two opposing but complementary forces, something that's found throughout all of nature. Again, I just talked about that. Yin is often symbolized as water or earth and is considered the receptive feminine force, yang is symbolized by fire or wind and is the creative masculine force. While opposites, they are not absolutes. Nothing can exist on our physical plane without its opposite. And the signature of my email on my phone is something that I made up. It says, "Do not be afraid of the dark. You cannot appreciate the light without the dark. Neither part is superior to the other. Allow this image to move you to your center where you feel at one and at peace with your whole being. You are everything." And that's not my typical vision of a yin yang symbol. I don't know, maybe that's just the symbol of the card. Yin yang in my mind. Oh, am I gonna draw again? Apparently I'm gonna draw again. Yin yang in my mind, as I understand it to be, might be doing it. Oh, that doesn't look too bad. I'm gonna fill in. Let's make sure I leave that hole there. A hole there. Although I might have it backwards in terms of the dark and light, but I cannot believe I'm doing so much drawing. That is incredible. Super boring for anybody who's trying to watch. Sorry. It's just for me. I mean, I don't care who watches it, but it's really just for me. Because I want to look back and see how much I've grown and changed. So I need the foundation to start with to do that. But again, not bad. Just gonna burn it anyway. That's yin yang. That's how I picture it. Alright, what do they want me to focus on? I'm just gonna do a few seconds of it. Allow the image to move me to my center. When I feel at one and at peace with your whole being, you are everything. Back to my manifestation here. My divineness. I am everything. I'm going to take my honey calcite to help me. And picture the symbol I just drew. I just had an incredible feeling of peace flow from my head down to my feet. That was lovely. I know that's not long enough for meditation, but meditation comes in another time. All right. Talked about the orange peel, talked about the red clover. The salt. That might be it, folks. That's all, folks. That might be it, except for the burning of the paper. I'm gonna save the salt for a bath at another time. I have not figured out how to do a salt bath. I can't do it in my hot tub. My bath is just not long enough, deep enough. So I'll just keep doing it, using it as a cleanser before. But this salt, this box is renewal. Visualization process of washing away stagnant and unwanted energies from your aura as you sit with the earthly ingredients. Allow your mind to let go of all thoughts and preconceived perspectives. Oh, I'm just having a thought. Maybe I can put the salt in something and take it in my hot tub with me. Because that is when I meditate, is in the hot tub. Breathe and I count and meditate. I just have a cup of it with me. Oh. I promise not to spill. Oh, that might work. Okay, so that was the salt. I don't think I showed you the oil. Oh, I'm gonna smell it again because it's amazing. It is amazing. I think it's time to burn the intentions and send them into the universe to become real. Yes. The incense is almost on. That's a pretty good time. We've talked about everything else. I love these boxes. This is my second box. I'm having a really good time with them. They are helping me focus my energies and determinations and get back into the practice of the craft. I appreciate them very much. Tomorrow night will be another brand, but again, loving this one. This box was called The Shadowed Land and came in time for the equinox, which was technically 24 hours ago. But I was working. So we're going to very carefully move that out, trying to burn anything, move anything kind of burnable out of the way so I can close this ceremony with the burning of the intentions and my, you know what, I'm going to hold that one more time so that I keep it. I'm really very proud of it. So close. Gonna have to do that more often. I have incense to clean up. Okay, so I'm gonna read this one more time because I've read it twice. Once when I wrote it, once when I read it in the correct order, and now I'm gonna read it one more time. As above, so below, to my higher self I now surrender control. As without, so within, love will be my internal mantra, my constant hymn. As the universe, so the soul, my heartbeat will match the beat of the universe, this being my lifetime goal. May my body become the true embodiment of my soul. This is my affirmation. This will be my greatest manifestation. Send this into the ether by way of burning. Again, hopefully without burning the house down. I am fairly confident this is going to get hot, but it should contain what I want it to contain. I just want them to be smaller pieces so they don't get, it's part of me keeping the fire under control. I should mention I work for a public safety department. I dispatch for police and fire. I used to work for a fire department as admin, so I'm pretty conscious of fire and personal safety. So, take a minute to do this. What time do it? Like half an hour? 4 minutes. Alright. That's just how it goes. I'm going to catch the rest. Am I going to have to help you along? I might have to help you along. Alright, here we go. I'm thinking, I'm processing, I do have water nearby if this gets out of control. Ooh, that is warm. Don't jump. Stay in the bowl. Trust. Just trust. Here we go. I trust. I trust. Yeah, you're finding new stuff. Don't throw it. Nice. Just the way I imagined it would happen. How hot is that? A little hot to touch, but okay. I think we're going to douse a little water on that before we close the circle. Okay, that worked out good. All right. I'm going to use, I'll use this crystal that we activated tonight. Thank you to the air. Thank you to the water. Thank you to fire. Thank you to earth. You are all released and blessed. See you next time.